What's up, my people? Welcome to Vertical Football. Welcome to another episode of Five Things We Learned. Leicester City nil, Arsenal 2, and courtesy of two good goals from Mikel Merino. So, guys, a lot of talking points in this game. Let's jump right into it. The five things we learned. The first thing I have to say is I'm not surprised that Mikel Merino could do what he did. I think if you watched the time we did a player profile of Mikel Merino, you would see that we said that this is a player that has a lot of variability in his game, a lot of versatility in his game. I'm not surprised he was used as a first nine, even though we know that that's not his preferred position, but he's a player that can do a job there. And in this period where Arsenal looks very, very thin in the front line, I think you just have to say it was nice for him coming in. When he came in, I was like, I can see the sense in it, and delivered two very good goals, two striker kinds of goals, especially the first one. So I think it was really, really good to see from Mikel Merino. But also we need to ask questions, and we need to be objective in the sense that you are playing against Leicester City. This is a team everybody expects Arsenal to win. And so using Mikel Merino as a first nine can work in Leicester City, but you do not have to look and say, when you are meeting the big boys, the likes of Chelsea, in quotes, because Chelsea now is doing what they are doing, but looking at the likes of Chelsea, because the many fixtures they have, looking at the likes of Chelsea, Newcastle, Liverpool, and Manchester United, will Mikel Merino or even other clubs, will Mikel Merino be the good choice as that's that forward line, because it's good to use someone like him against lesser teams, but there's going to be a big axe when you face the bigger boys with tougher defenders, with more organized defensive structure. So I think we have to say that Arsenal, we have been saying it many times, and it looks as if we keep repeating ourselves about this Arsenal striker issue. Arsenal should have signed a striker in the January transfer window. I'm not even talking about permanent transfer. Even get the striker on loan. You can't take risk like this. You can't take risk like this. I remember when I was watching the match, three things just kept popping in my head. And those three things join into one form is that for you to win the Premier League, for you to win any trophy in any league at all, you need to have three things that should come together well for you. First one is you need to have an idea of play, how you want to approach. And Arsenal has basically have that idea. They've had that idea for a number of years. Even throughout Arsenal history, they've always had that well-defined playing pattern. Secondly, you need to have a structure in terms of off the pitch that knows how to go out into the market and do things. And I believe they have that structure, but I think what they are lacking currently, in my opinion, is the third, which is the money. You need to be able to spend money. I don't know. Arsenal fans definitely know better about what is going on, but you need to you can't stop your development here. I've said it many times, as if I'm repeating myself. You can't stop your development here. You could have even gone for a striker that is on your list, that maybe you are trying to say, these guys, we can approach them, they fit our way of play. You can go and get one of them on loan and see how it works out for you for the remaining part of the season. But the reality is, it is a disgrace, in my opinion, for a footballing structure to have a starting lineup, a team that is second, trying to win the league, having a starting lineup of three attackers that comprises of one, Raheem Sterling, which is my second point now, Raheem Sterling, who clearly looks as if he's finished at the top level. It's clear every time you watch him that he has had a good run at the highest level, but I think it's really looks like the end for him at the top level. And I think he can still definitely play in the Premier League, but not for teams like Arsenal, not for teams at the top. Maybe the teams like Leicester, teams like Southampton and co. Now, talking about the second player, looking like Trossard. Trossard is a good player. I like him, but at best is average. And then you have an amazing youngster doing amazing things. In my opinion, I felt he was the best player in today's game. Merino just came and scored 2 goals. So I think they should have done something in the window. They should have gotten at least one or two players on loan. It's loan. The risk is not as high as when you are buying them on permanent. You need to strengthen. And I feel they didn't do that, obviously. And there are a lot of games still coming up in the Premier League. They are still in the Champions League, so a lot of stress on the available attackers. But it remains to be seen how they proceed. My second point is what I've said in terms of Sterling. Sterling looks as if he's out of it, and I also want to praise. Thirdly, I want to praise Nwaneri. He's a special talent. I've been a supporter of him here, saying he should be given a chance, and now he's been given a chance, and I'm happy to see that. For me, it's a special talent, really, really special talent. I'm happy to see that boy, and I feel that boy can only get better. I feel, it's a really, really good one that Arsenal were able to give him the opportunities in it. So, fourth thing I want to say is, I feel Leicester did well. I feel Leicester did well. At least they did well up until the Merino substitution. I felt they had some intensity in their game. At some moment, their build-up play was very, very good in certain moments. And now that they had some good, decent play, but they couldn't convert, they couldn't make use of their chances, or they couldn't create enough chances, enough good chances to score. But I feel it's a good job. I know the fans were disappointed after they lost. They were looking for maybe a draw or so because of the relegation battle. But I saw them leaving before the end of the match, and I was like, I understand, but really, you are playing against Arsenal. Nobody in their right senses would think, I know football is funny sometimes, but looking at the way it is, looking at the forms of both parties, you just expect Arsenal to win, and I think Arsenal won. Lastly, I think the Premier League title race is on. Liverpool, Arsenal, Nottingham Forest. Let's see how it goes. And I'm happy Arsenal got the win today, because I don't want it to be a direct giveaway to Liverpool. But I want Arsenal to put pressure on Liverpool. And I'm happy that despite the challenges that Arsenal has, they were still able to put a challenge on them. Fantastic football from the likes of Nwaneri. Fantastic football from the likes of Odegaard. It was good to see. And obviously Merino has shown. What he has shown right now is that against lower teams, against teams like Leicester, against teams like Southampton and co, they are able to do a job with him at the center forward. So it remains to be seen how he does it against bigger teams. So guys, thank you for sticking with me. This is 5 things we learned. Leicester 0, Arsenal 2. ARTETA's team got 2 goals, courtesy of Mikel Merino over Rude Vanish Forest, Leicester City. So guys, as usual, I know you have your opinions about the match, what you think, what's your analysis. I think you can just drop it in the comment section. And guys, please don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. And most importantly, don't forget to share. Till we see you next time. Bye.